Mr. Harrison.
Morning.
With a new face for you today, Mr. Harrison.
Whoa, now that's nice.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, I'm afraid I can't offer you, man. You'll just have to make do with my backside like all the other nurses. Oh, there we go, going down, obstetrics, gynecology, lingerie, rubberware. Oh, it's funny, you know, I used to dream of situations like this.
What, being injured?
No, lying on a bed being massaged by two beautiful women.
Mr. Harrison, if you're going to go on like this, I shan't be able to send my young nurses in here.
They're perfectly safe with me, sister.
Oh, nurse, can you manage here for a moment?
Yes, sister.
Right. Wipe off your hands. We'll put this pillow behind Mr. Harrison. We don't want to have him on the floor.
Oh, have me on the floor, sister, please. Have me on the floor. And what's your name?
Kate.
Oh, that's nice, but don't let sister hear you say that.
What?
What's your second name?
Sadler.
Then you must answer Nurse Sadler with a smile that is full of warmth, but with no hint of sex.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not. I'm glad you called Kay. I shall call you Kay when we're alone, just you and me having my backside caressed.
I'm rubbing your heels.
Oh, well, don't spoil it. After all, it doesn't matter. I can't feel anything wherever you are. Is this your first ward?
Yes, I'm still at PTS.
Oh, what's that? Primary training school?
Yes, I finish next week.
And you can't wait to come here full time?
I'll be glad to finish the school.
Yeah, all students are the same.
Were you a teacher?
Tut, 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 second lesson. You mustn't use the past tense.
What do you mean?
Well, you said, were you a teacher? You should have said, are you a teacher? I mean, you are now part of the optimism industry. Well, everyone who deals with me acts as though for the first time in the history of medical science, a ruptured spinal column will heal itself. Just a bit of a ball waiting for it to happen.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Kay, you're a breath of fresh air.
Have you finished, nurse?
What do you mean, have I finished, nurse? I haven't started it yet.
Yes, sister.
I must congratulate you, sister, on your new recruit. A credit to the monstrous regiment.
I'm glad you two got on.
Well, we didn't get quite that far. Not that I didn't try, sister. But all I could get out of her that her name was Nurse Sadler, and she's looking forward to coming here.
Well, if she's lasted more than 5 minutes with you, we'll make a nurse of her yet.
I don't know quite how to take that, sister. Or lying down, I suppose.
Night nurse said you slept well.
Ah, then I fooled her. Well, after her last round, a mate of mine came in and smuggled me out. Well, we went in midnight skateboarding.
Oh, yes. Was it fun?
Ah, it was all right. The only problem was I was the skateboard.
There we are. That's looking better. Feeling comfortable, Mr. Harrison?
Sister, it's so beautifully made, I can't feel a thing.
Cheerio.
Cheerio, sister.
Hey, Dr. Claire Scott. Dr. Claire Scott.
Won't he ever get better, sister?
No.
What will happen to him?
We'll keep him here until he's fully stabilized, and then we'll send him to a long-stay hospital.
For the rest of his life?
Yes.
Morning, sister.
Good morning, John. Are you going into Mr. Harrison?
That's right.
Well, he's ready for you.
Right.
Well, how long has he been here?
About 4 months.
And how much longer will he be here?
Not long now, I should imagine. Look, nurse, take the trolley into the other ward. I shall get started on Mr. Phillips.
Good morning, Mr. Harrison.
Ah, come to trim the lawn.
That's right.
Good. Well, you must make sure all the beds and borders are neat and tidy.
That's me, sure.
Well, my gardening friend, isn't it about time you got some fertilizer to sprinkle on me and get some movement going on in this plant?
Ah, now there you have it. You see, I'm only a labourer in this here vineyard. Fertilisers and pruning and bed nettings up there, gardener.
Still, you must be in charge of the compost heap. That's where I belong.
John,
Yes.
don't be long, will you? Dr. Scott's coming in early today. There's a consultants round.
Right, sister.
The visitation of the gods.
Hey?
The gods are walking on Earth again.
Oh, yes, they think they're a bit of all right.
Oh, whatever happened to that other chap? Terence, I think he was called.
Oh, they come and they go. I think he'd have to get married up north somewhere.
What? Terence getting married? Who to? A lorry driver?
Oh, Catty.
No, bloody jealous. Well, from where I'm lying, if you can make it at all, or even with your right hand, oh, to be heaven. Well, I'm sorry, feeling sorry for myself this morning. Can't even say I got out of the wrong side of bed. You down at the burn yet? Anyway, how long will you be staying?
Just till we go professional, man.
Yeah, doing what?
Oh, we got a steel band with a few comedy numbers and we're getting around a bit. We're auditioning for Opportunity Knocks in 4 months.
Hey, that's great. Really great. Yeah, I like steel bands. Something fascinating about using old drums, making something out of scrap. Hey, why not try knocking a tune out of me?
Hey, why not, man?
Don't stop.
It's all right, I nearly finished.
I was just making myself beautiful for you, Doctor.
Here we go. Finished.
Hey, work out some new tunes. Hey, if Dr. Scott could drill some holes in my head, well, you could blow in my ear and play me like an ocarina.
I'll see you later.
Bye, John.
You're bright and chirpy this morning.
Oh, it's marvellous, you know, the courage of the human spirit.
Oh, well, it's nice to hear the human spirit's okay. How's the lungs?
Oh. Boom, boom!
You definitely.
Sorry. And what does it say?
What does what say?
Well, my heart, of course. What secrets does it tell?
Oh, it's just telling me that it's better off than it was 6 months ago.
Oh, it's a brave heart. It keeps its secrets.
Oh, what did they?
Well, did you hear it going boom, boom like that, 2 beats?
Of course.
Well, that's because it's broken. Broken in two. But each part carries on yearning for a woman in a white coat.
And I thought it was the first and second heart cells.
Ah. Oh, is there a consultant's round this morning?
That's right.
Oh, I suppose he'll sweep in here like Zeus from Olympus with his attendant nymphs and swains.
Oh, I don't think that's fair.
Well, why not?
He cares. He cares a lot.
But what about?
His patience.
I suppose so.
He does. When you first came in, he worked his guts out to keep you going. He cares.
I was a bit flip, wasn't I?
Well, that's understandable.
But soon we shall have to ask the question why.
Why?
Why bother? You remember the mountain laboured and brought forth not a man but a mouse? It was a big joke on the mouse. You're as insignificant as that. Who needs a mountain for a mummy?
I'll see you later with Dr. Emerson.
And cupbearers limited.
Oh, no, I assure you. We're not at all limited. Sister Harrison seems a little agitated this morning.
He's just beginning to realise what he's up against.
I'm changing the prescription, putting him on a small dose of Valium. I'll have a word with Dr. Emerson.
Paging Dr.
An acolyte bearing a cup.
I beg your pardon?
It's nothing, I was joking. It's nothing.
It's coffee.
Well, you're joking now.
I'm not.
What you have there is a coffee-flavoured milk drink.
Don't you like it?
Oh, it's all right. Oh, but I would like some real coffee, hot, black and bitter, so that I can chew it.
I'll ask the sister for you.
I shouldn't.
Why not?
Because in an hour's time you'll be bringing around a little white pill that is designed to insert rose-coloured filters behind my eyes. It will calm me and soothe me and make me forget what a lovely body you have.
Mr. Harrison.
I'm sorry. Really, I am sorry. I don't want to take it on you. It's not your fault. You're only the Vestal Virgin. Sorry, I say virgin.
You'd better drink your coffee before it gets cold.
I was right, it's milky. And what made you become a nurse?
I'm not a nurse yet.
Yes, you are. Nurse Sadler?
You must have thought me a real twit.
Of course not.
Well, Sister Tudor told us we could say it.
Well then.
I was so sure I wouldn't.
You haven't told me. What made you become a nurse?
I've always wanted to. What made you become a sculptor?
Hey there, you're learning too fast.
What do you mean?
When you get a personal question, just ignore it. Change the subject, or better still, ask another question back. Did Sister Tudor tell you that too?
Something like it.
Yeah, it's called being professional, isn't it?
I suppose so.
Yeah, I don't want any more of that. It's horrid. Patients are requested not to ask for credit for their intelligence, as a refusal often offends.
You sound angry, aren't you?
Oh, not with you, Kay. With myself, I expect. Don't say it, that's futile, isn't it?
Yes.
Have you finished, nurse? Dr. Emerson's here.
Yes, Sister, I was just coming.
Straighten that sheet.
Hospitals are weird places. Well, broken necks are acceptable, but a wrinkled sheet.
Morning.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
As you see, racing around all over the place.
Well, you say you've prescribed Valium.
Yes.
And his renal function looks much improved.
Yes, the blood urea is back to normal and the cultures are sterile.
Good, good. Well, we'd better go on keeping an eye on it just in case.
Yes, of course.
Good. Well, Mr. Harrison, it looks as if we're almost out of the wood now.
So, when are you going to discharge me?
Difficult to say.
Really? Are you ever going to discharge me?
Well, you'll certainly be leaving us soon.
And discharged or transferred?
Well, this clinic's for critical patients. Once we've reached a position of stability, you can be looked after in a much more comfortable, quiet hospital.
Oh, I see. You mean you only grow the vegetables here. The vegetable store is somewhere else.
I don't think I understand you.
I think you do. Look, spell that out for me, please. What chance have I of only being partly dependent on nursing?
Well, it's difficult to say with certainty what the prognosis of any case is.
I'm not asking for a guarantee on earth. I'm simply asking for your professional opinion. Do you believe I will ever walk again?
No.
Or recover the use of my arms?
No.
Thank you.
What for?
Your honesty.
Yes, well, I should try not to brood on it if I were you. You'll be surprised how you come to accept things. Dr. Scott's prescribed something that will help. You might also get Mrs. Boyle along.
Yes, of course, sir.
Yes, you'll be surprised how many things you will be able to do. Good morning. What was that dose you prescribed?
2 milligrams TID.
Well, that's very small. You might have to go up to 5 milligrams.
Yes, of course.
As we ought to try to get him moved in a month at most. These beds are very precious.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Doctor. I must dash off now. The damned committee meeting.
I thought you hated those.
I do. But there's a new heart monitoring unit I want very much indeed.
Well, good luck then.
Thank you, Claire.
Sister, have you that volume ready for Mr. Harrison?
Yes, I was going to give him the first dose at 12 o'clock.
Well, give him one now, will you?
Certainly.
Thank you. But on second thoughts, I'll take it. I want to have a word with him. Thank you. I brought something to help you.
Oh my God, they've got some highly qualified nurses here.
Only the best in this hospital.
Oh, you're spoiling me, you know, Doctor. This goes on, you know. I shall demand that my next enema is performed by no one less than the matron.
Well, it wouldn't be the first she'd performed, or the 1,000th either.
Has she worked up through the ranks, did she?
They all do.
Yes, in training school they probably learn at the bottom of every bedpan lies a potential matron. Well, just now for 1 or 2 glorious minutes I felt like a human being again.
Good.
Now you're going to spoil it.
How?
By tranquilizing yourself.
Me?
Oh, I shall get the tablet, but it's you who need some tranquilizer. I don't.
But Dr. Emerson, I thought...
You both watch me worried, disturbed even, perhaps. You can't do anything for me. Nothing that really matters. I'm paralyzed and you're impotent. This disturbs you because you're a sympathetic person and someone dedicated to an active sympathy, doing something, anything even. You find it hard to accept you're impotent. The only thing you can do is stop me thinking about it. That is, stop me disturbing you. So I get the tablet and you get the tranquility.
That's a tough diagnosis.
Is it so far from the truth?
There may be an element of truth in it, but it's not the whole story.
No, I don't suppose it is.
After all, there's no point worrying unduly. You know the facts. There's no use banging your head against the wall.
The only feeling I have is in my head, and I want to feel I may choose to bang it against the wall.
And if you damage your head?
Oh, you mean go bonkers?
Yes.
Well, then that would be the final catastrophe. But I'm not bonkers yet. My consciousness is the only thing I have, and I must claim the right to use it, and as far as possible act on any conclusions it comes to.
Of course.
Good, then you eat the tablet if you want the tranquility, because I'm not going to.
Well, it is prescribed.
Oh, come off it, Doctor. I know everyone around here acts as though those little bits of white paper have just been handed down from Sinai, but the writing on those tablets isn't in Hebrew.
Well, you're not due for it till 12 o'clock. We'll see.
Now that's what I always say. You don't know whether to take a tranquilizer or not, sleep on it. Oh, when you tell Dr. Emerson, impress on him I don't need it.
Sister, I haven't given it to him yet. We'll leave it a while.
Did you alter the notes?
No, not yet. Oh, it's you! Don't do that!
I couldn't help myself, honestly, Lord. There's this vision in white and blue. And then I saw red in front of the eyes. It was like looking into a Union Jack.
Let go!
What's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
Sterilising instruments.
Oh, don't say things like that, just a thought.
I don't know what you're doing in a place like this. It's just a big joke to you.
Of course it is. You can't take a place like this seriously.
Why ever not?
It's just the ante-room of the morgue.
It's terrible. They don't all die.
Don't they?
No. Oh, Mr. Trevelyan's going out tomorrow, for instance.
Yeah, after his third heart attack. I hope they give me a return ticket on the ambulance.
Would you just let them die? People like Mr. Harrison?
How much it cost to keep me? Hundreds of pounds a week.
That's not the point.
In Africa, children die of measles. It only cost a few pounds to keep them alive. There's something crazy somewhere.
Well, that's wrong too, but it wouldn't help just letting Mr. Harrison die.
No. Nurse Sadler, when your eyes flash, you send shivers up and down my spine.
Oh, stop it.
Hey, why don't we go out tonight?
I've got some work to do for my exam.
Oh, let me help. I'm an expert on anatomy. We could go dancing down the Barbados Club, a few drinks, then back to my pad for an anatomy lesson.
Let me get on.
Oh, the head bone's connected to the neck bone. Neck bone's connected to the shoulder bone. Shoulder bone's connected to the breastbone.
Oh, sorry, sister.
This hospital exists to cure accidents, not to cause them.
No, yes.
Are you going to be okay if that's sterilising?
No, sister.
What about you, John? Haven't you any work to do?
Oh, sister, my back is bowed down with all the weight of the work on it.
Well, I suggest you shift some.
Right.
So look, Jenkins, I know the capital costs are high, but it would save on nursing costs. I've got 4 cardiac cases in here at the moment, and with that unit I could save on 1 nurse a day. They could all be monitored in the sister's room. Yes, yes, I know. Yes. Oh, hello. Look, old chap, I'll have to go now, but do try to impress on the board how much money they'd save in the long run. All right, thank you.
Still wheeling and dealing for that monitoring unit.
Bloody administrators. In this job, a degree in accountancy is more value to my MD. Still, what can I do for you?
It's Harrison.
Some sort of relapse?
On the contrary,
Good.
he doesn't want to take Valium.
I'm going to take it. What do you mean?
Well, he guessed it was some sort of tranquilizer and said he preferred to keep his consciousness clear.
Oh, that's the trouble with all this anti-drug propaganda. It's useful, of course, but it does set up a negative response to even necessary drugs in sensitive patients.
I'm not sure he's not right.
Right. Now, when you prescribed the drug, you thought he needed it.
Yes.
And later when I saw him, I agreed with you.
Yes.
It was a very small dose, wasn't it? 2 milligrams TID?
That's right.
The minimum that could be expected to have any effect. You remember I said you might have to go up to 5 milligrams? The psychiatric dose, which you know, is 10 to 15 milligrams.
I know, but Mr. Harrison isn't a psychiatric case, is he?
So how did you persuade him to take it?
I didn't.
Now, let me get this clear. This morning when you saw him, you came to a careful and responsible decision that your patient needed a certain drug.
Yes.
And later when I saw him, I agreed with your prescription.
Yes.
Yet despite 2 qualified opinions, you accept the decision of someone completely unqualified to take it.
He may be unqualified, but he is the one affected.
But ours was an objective, his a subjective decision.
But is this a case where the subjective might be more valid? After all, you're both working on the same subject. His body, and he knows more about how he feels.
But he doesn't know about the drugs and their effects.
They can feel their effects directly.
Well, it makes no difference. His knowledge isn't based on experience of 100 such cases. He can't know enough to challenge our clinical decisions.
Well, that's what he's doing. And he's protecting about the dulling of his consciousness with Valium.
When he came in here, shocked to hell, did he protest about the dextrosaline? When he was gasping for breath, did he save some of it to protest about the aminophylline or huge that dose of cortisol?
Those were inevitable and emergency decisions.
And so is this one inevitable. Just because our patient has regained consciousness does not absolve us of our complete responsibility. We have to maximize whatever powers he retains.
Well, how does a depressant drug improve his consciousness?
It will help him use his consciousness. Claire, we must help him now to an acceptance of his condition. Only then will his consciousness be of any use to him at all. You say he refused to take the tablet.
Sister Anderson speaking.
Emerson here. Could you prepare a syringe with 5 milligrams of Valium to Mr. Harrison?
Yes, sir.
I'll be down myself immediately to give it to him.
Yes, sir.
You want me to come?
No, it won't be necessary.
Thank you.
Mr. Harrison is an intelligent, sensitive and articulate man.
Yes.
But don't undervalue yourself, Claire. Your first decision was right. Have you the Valium ready for Mr. Harrison?
Here it is.
Thank you. That won't be necessary. You've plenty of work to do, I expect.
Yes, there's always plenty of that.
Oh, hello. They've brought up the heavy brigade. Well, Dr. Emerson, I must insist that you do not stick that needle in me.
That's important that I do.
Well, who for?
You?
Well, I'm the best judge of that.
I think not. You don't even know what's in the syringe.
I take it the injection is one of a series of measures to keep me alive.
You could say that.
Well, then it's not important. I've decided not to stay alive.
You can't decide that.
Well, why not?
You're very depressed.
Oh, does that surprise you?
No, of course not. Your body has suffered massive injuries. It takes time to come to an acceptance of a new situation. Now, I shan't be...
Don't stick that fucking thing in me!
There. It's over now.
Doctor, I didn't give you permission to stick that needle in me. Why did you do it?
It was necessary. Now, try to sleep. You'll find that as you gain acceptance of a new situation, you'll find a whole new way of living.
Please let me make myself clear. I specifically refused permission to stick that needle in me, and you didn't listen. You took no notice.
Now, really, you must rely on us, old chap. Of course you're depressed. I'll send someone in to have a chat with you. Now, I really must be off on my round.
Doctor!
I'll send someone along.
I'm always warning my nurses not to get involved.
Of course. And you never do you?
No, never.
Oh, you're a liar, sister.
Dr. Scott.
Well, come on, we all do. Dr. Emerson is as involved with Ken Harrison as if he were his father.
But you don't feel like his mother.
No comment, sister. I finished, sister.
Oh, you can go along now, nurse.
Yes, sister.
Nurse, have you been running?
No, sister.
It's just that you look a little flushed.
Oh. Good night, sister. Doctor. Good night.
Taking Dr. Myers, please. Taking Dr. Myers.
Good morning, Mr. Harrison.
Morning.
How are you feeling this morning?
Oh, marvellous.
Night nurse said you slept well.
Oh, I did. I had a lot of help, remember?
Your eyes are bright this morning.
Yeah, I've been thinking.
You do too much of that.
Oh, what other activity would you suggest? Football? Well, I tell you what, sister, just leave me alone here with Nurse Sadler. Let's see what the old Adam can do for me, hey?
I'm a sister, not a madam.
Sister, you dark horse, you. All this time you've been kidding me. But I've been wondering how on earth a woman could become a state-registered nurse and a sister and still think you found babies under a gooseberry bush. Well, you've known all along.
Of course I've known. You know, when I trained as a midwife, they taught me that when they picked the babies up from under the gooseberry bushes, they wrapped them up inside women to keep them warm. I know because it was my job to unwrap them again.
The miracle of modern science. Well, anyway, sister, as I said, I've been thinking, if I'm going to be around a long time, money will help.
Well, it always does.
Well, do you remember that solicitor chap representing my insurance company a few months ago? Mr. Hill, I think he said his name was. Well, he said he'd come back when I felt better. Do you think you could get him back as soon as possible? I would feel more settled if we had the compensation sorted out.
Certainly.
Will you ring him up?
Of course.
Well, he left a card. It's in my drawer.
Here it is. Mr. Philip Hill, solicitor. I'll ring him later.
Thanks.
That's enough for now, nurse. Oh, I almost forgot. Mrs. Boyle's waiting to see you.
Mrs. Boyle, who's she?
Oh, she's a very nice woman.
Oh, God, must I see her?
Dr. Emerson has arranged for her to come.
Then I'd better see her. If I refuse, they probably dissolve her in water and inject her into me.
Come along, nurse. This man will be the death of me.
Doubt it, sister. I've not even been able to be the death of myself.
Good morning,
Morning.
Mr. Harrison.
It used to be.
My name is Mrs. Boyle.
Oh, and you've come to cheer me up.
I wouldn't put it like that.
Well, how would you put it?
I've come to see if I can help.
Good, you can.
How?
Go and convince Dr. Frankenstein that he has successfully made his monster and he can now let it go.
Dr. Emerson is a first-rate physician. My goodness, they have improved this room.
Have they?
Used to be really gloomy, all dark green and cream. Surprising what pastel colours will do, isn't it? A bit cheerful.
Yes, perhaps they should try painting me. Hate to be the thing that ruins the decor.
What on earth makes you say that? You don't ruin anything.
Sorry about that. That was a bit whining. Well, don't let me stop you.
Doing what?
Oh, what you came for, I suppose. What do you do? Conjuring tricks? Funny stories? Or a ballet dance? If I had any choice, I'd prefer the ballet dance.
I'm afraid I've left my bikini at home.
Well, who said anything about a bikini?
Dr. Emerson tells me that you don't want any more treatment.
Good.
Why good?
I didn't think he'd heard what I'd said.
Why not?
He didn't take any notice.
Well, as you can see, he did.
He sent you?
Yes?
And you're my new treatment. Get in.
Why don't you want any more treatment?
I'd rather not go on living like this.
Why not?
Isn't it obvious?
Not to me. I've seen many patients like you.
Oh, and they all want to live.
Usually,
Why?
they find a new way of life.
How?
You'll be surprised how many things you will be able to do with training and a little patience.
Such as?
Can't be sure yet. But I should think you'll be able to operate reading machines and perhaps an adapted typewriter.
Reading and writing. What about arithmetic?
I dare say we could fit you up the comptometer if you really wanted one.
Mrs. Boyle, even educationalists have realized that the 3 hours do not make a full life.
What did you do before the accident?
I taught in an art school. I was a sculptor.
Oh, I see.
Yes, difficult, isn't it? Well, how about an electrically operated hammer and chisel? No, or a cybernetic lump of clay?
I wouldn't laugh if I were you. It's amazing what can be done. Our scientists are wonderful.
Oh, they are. But it's not good enough, you see, Mrs. Boyle. I have absolutely no desire at all to be the object of scientific virtuosity. I've thought things over very carefully. I do have plenty of time for that. And I've decided that I would rather not go on living with so much effort for so little result.
Yes, well, we'll have to see about that.
What is there to see?
We can't just stop treatment just like that.
Well, why not?
It's the job of the hospital to save life, not to lose it.
The hospital's done all it can, but it wasn't enough. The original injury was much too big.
We have to make the best of the situation.
No, we don't have to do anything. I have to do what is to be done, and that is to cash in the chips.
Look, it's not unusual now for people injured as you have been to suffer with this depression for some time before they begin to see that a life is possible.
How long?
Varies.
Well, don't hedge.
It could be a year or more.
And it could last for the rest of my life.
That would be most unlikely.
I'm sorry, but I cannot settle for that.
Try not to dwell on it. I'll see what I can do to get you started on some occupational therapy. We might make a start on the reading machines.
Do you have many books for those machines?
Quite a few,
Can I make a request for the first one?
if you like.
How to be a sculptor with no hands.
I'll be back tomorrow with the machine.
Oh, it's marvellous, you know.
What is?
All you people have the same technique. When I say something really awkward, you just pretend I haven't said anything at all. You're all the bloody same. Well, there's another outburst. That should be your cue to comment on the light shade or the colour of the walls.
I'm sorry if I've upset you.
Oh, of course you've upset me. You and the doctors with your so-called professionalism, which is nothing more than a series of verbal tricks to prevent you relating your patients as human beings.
You must understand we have to remain relatively detached in order to help.
Oh, that's all right with me. Detach yourself. Tear yourself off on the dotted line that divides a social worker from the woman and post yourself off to another patient.
You're very upset.
Oh, Christ almighty, you're doing it again. Listen to yourself, woman. When I say something really offensive, you just turn your professional cheek. If you were human, if you were treating me as a human, you'd tell me to bugger off. Can't you see that this is why I've decided to die? Life isn't worth living, and I'm even more convinced of that by your visit than I was before. So how does that grab you? The very exercise of your so-called professionalism makes me want to die.
Please.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, get out! Go on, get out and leave me alone.
What's the matter? Mr. Harrison, he seems very upset.
I am upset.
I'll send you later. Come along, Mr. Harrison.
Sister.
Down now. Take deep breaths there.
Oh,
Calm down. I don't know why you're getting yourself upset like that. Don't talk. Try not to talk. Come on, deep breaths. Nurse. Sister. Nurse. Oh, can you manage here for a moment, please?
Yes, sister. Is he all right?
Yes, perfect.
I'm sorry.
Look, don't worry about it. It wasn't your fault. Go for now, and we'll send for you when he's feeling better.
Right, thank you, sister.
Just give him another 10 seconds, nurse.
Yes, sister.
Oh, she's a shrewd cookie as our sister. It's all right, sister, I'm still alive, bugger it. Don't want to give her too much satisfaction.
She's gone.
Well, come on then, Kay. I shan't bite you. Come and cool my fevered brow or something.
What upset you?
Being patronised, I suppose.
What did you mean before about sister?
She knew if she came in, I would have shouted at her. But if you were here, I wouldn't shout.
Why?
A good question. I suppose because you're young and gentle and innocent, and sister knows I wouldn't shout at you.
You mean you would rather patronize me?
Hey, steady on there, Kay. You show you're well able to take care of yourself, I shall have to call you Nurse Sadler and shout at you too. And sister and I would have lost a valuable asset.
What were you shouting?
Oh, what is this, Piccadilly Circus?
It's all right, nurse. Dr. Scott was just coming as it happened. How are you feeling?
Lovely, thank you, sister.
Oh, by the way, I rang Mr. Hill. He said he'd try to get in to see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
What was all the fuss about?
I'm sorry about that. The last thing I want to do is bring down Emerson again with his pharmaceutical truncheon.
I'm sorry about that.
I don't suppose it was your fault.
Look, can I give you some advice?
Please do. I may even take it.
Well, take the tablet. The dose is very small, the minimum. And it won't really blunt your consciousness, not like the injection.
You're on.
Good. I was pleased to hear your decision to try and get your compensation settled.
How did you know that? Oh, I suppose sister checked with you?
Yeah, she did mention it.
Oh, you have lovely breasts.
I beg your pardon.
I said you have lovely breasts.
Odd thing to say.
Why? You're not only a doctor, are you? You can't tell me you only regard them as mammary glands.
No,
You're quite safe.
of course.
Not about to jump out of the bed and rape you or anything.
I know.
It'll embarrass you.
Surprised me.
And embarrassed you.
Well, I suppose so.
Oh, but why? Exactly. Oh, but you're an attractive woman. I admit that it's unusual for a man to compliment a woman on her breast when only one of them is in bed. Well, one of the people, that is, not one of the breasts. But that wasn't the reason, was it?
But I don't think it helps you to talk like this.
Because I can't do anything about it, you mean?
I didn't mean that exactly.
I watch you walking in the room, bending over me, tucking in your sweater, Surprising how relaxed a woman can become when she's not in the presence of a man.
I'm sorry if I've provoked you, I can assure
Oh,
you.
you haven't provoked me, as you put it. But you are a woman, and even though I've a piece of knotted string between my legs, I still have a man's mind. The one change in that I had noticed is I now engage in sexual banter with young nurses, searching for the daub entendre in the most innocent remark, like a sexually desperate middle-aged man. Then they leave the room, and I go cold with embarrassment. Fascinating, isn't it? Laughable. I still have a tremendous sexual desire. You find that disgusting?
No.
Pathetic?
Sad.
I am serious, you know, about deciding to die.
No, you get over that feeling.
Oh, how do you know?
From experience.
Oh, but that doesn't alter the validity of my decision now.
But if we acted on your decision now, there wouldn't be an opportunity for you to accept it.
I grant you I may become lethargic and quiescent, happy when a nurse puts in a new catheter or to turn me over or give me an enema. These could become the high spots of my day. And I may even learn to do wonderful things like turn the pages of a book with some miracle of modern science, or to type letters by flicking my eyelids. And you would look at me and say, wasn't it worth waiting? And I would say yes, and be proud of my achievements. Well, really proud. I grant you all that, but it doesn't alter the validity of my present position.
But if you became happy...
Oh, I don't want to become happy by being the computer section of some complex machine. And morally, you must accept my decision.
Not according to my morals.
Oh, and why are your morals better than mine? They're better because you're more powerful. Oh, to hell with morality that is based on the proposition that might is right.
I must go now. I was halfway through Mr. Patel.
I thought you were just passing. Oh, Doctor, one more thing.
Yes?
You still have lovely breasts.
Are you all right? Would you like a cup of tea?
Yes, Sister, I would.
Nurse, would you bring a cup of tea, please?
Yes, Sister. It's Ken Harrison. I haven't met anyone like him before. No? He's so bright, so intelligent. He says he wants to die.
Many patients say that.
Oh, I know that, Sister. But he means it. It's just a calm, rational decision.
I thought this morning when he was talking about his compensation case that he was beginning to plan for the future.
Not really, no. That was just to please us. He probably thinks if he pretends to be planning for the future, we'll stop tranquilizing him or something like that.
Come in, nurse.
Here's the tea, Sister.
Thank you. It's the doctor.
It's marvellous, you know. We bring him back to life using everything we've got. Give him back his consciousness. And he says, but how do I use it? So what do? We put him back to sleep again.
Do 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 do. Ping pong. You poor bastard.
Good afternoon.
We have a visitor for you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Harrison.
Good afternoon.
You're looking very much better.
Oh, it's a nursing, you know.
I'm glad you realise it.
Oh, I do, sister, I do.
I'll leave you two gentlemen alone now.
Thank you, sister. Oh, you really do look better.
Yes, I'm as well now as I shall ever be.
Well, I've got all the papers here. Things are moving.
I don't want to talk about the accident.
Oh, I understand you're feeling distressed.
No, it's not that. I didn't get you along about the compensation.
But sister said on the phone.
Yes, I know. Well, look, could you come away from the door for a moment, please? Look, do you work for yourself? I mean, you don't work for an insurance company or something, do you?
No, I'm in practice as a solicitor.
Well, then there's no reason why you couldn't represent me generally, apart from this compensation thing.
Certainly, there's anything I can do.
Yeah, there is.
Yes?
Get me out of here.
I don't understand, Mr. Harrison.
Well, it's quite simple. I can't exist outside the hospital, so they've got to keep me here if they want to keep me alive. And they seem intent on doing that. I've decided that I would rather not stay in the hospital any longer.
But surely they wouldn't keep you here any longer than is necessary.
I'm almost completely paralyzed and always will be. I shall never be discharged by the hospital. I've coolly and calmly thought things out and I've decided that I would rather not go on. I therefore wish to be discharged to die.
And you want me to represent you?
Yes, tough.
Well, where does the hospital go to, Chief?
Well, they don't know about it yet. Even tougher.
Well, this is an enormous step.
Mr. Hill, with all respect, I know our hospitals are wonderful places. I know that many people have succeeded in making good lives for themselves with appalling handicaps. Well, I'm happy for them and respect and admire them. But each man must make his own decision, and mine is to die quietly and with as much dignity as I can muster. And I need your help.
You do realise what you're asking me to do?
I realise. I'm not asking you to make a decision about my life and death. Merely represent me and my views to the hospital.
Well, the first thing is to see the doctor. What is his name?
Dr. Emerson.
Right. I'll try and see him now and I'll come back to you.
Well, then you represent me.
Mr. Harrison, I'll let you know my decision after I see Dr.
All
Emerson.
right, but you'll come back and tell me yourself. Even if he convinces you he's right.
Yes. I'll come back.
Thank you.
So why not? Oh, it's just that I'm so busy.
All working no play makes for a boring day.
Anyway, I hardly know you.
Right. That's what I want to take you out and find out what goes on behind those blue eyes of yours.
The president's just listed bones and organs all getting themselves jumbled up.
Because you're working too hard.
Oh, look out for me next week.
Okay, sir.
Right.
And I'll ask you this afternoon as well.
Oh, Mr. Hill. Sister just rang through.
Dr. Emerson.
You've been seeing Mr. Harrison.
Yes.
Tragic case. I do hope you'll be able to get enough money for him to ease his mind.
Dr. Emerson, it wasn't about that I came to see you. I thought it was coming about that, but Mr. Harrison wishes to retain me to represent him on quite a different matter.
No,
Yes, he wishes to be discharged.
that's impossible.
Why?
Well, to put it bluntly, he'd die if we did that.
Well, he knows that it's what he wants.
Are you asking me to kill my patient?
No, I'm simply asking you for your opinion.
Well, you've had it. Now, if that's really all you came about.
Dr. Emerson, you can dismiss me like that if you choose, but I hardly think it serves anyone's interests, least of all Mr. Harrison's.
I am trying to save Mr. Harrison's life. There is no need to remind me of my duty to my patients, Mr. Hill.
Or mine to my client, Dr. Emerson.
Are you telling me that you have accepted the job of coming to me to urge a course of action that will lose your client his life?
I haven't accepted it, no. I told Mr. Harrison I'd speak to you first. Now that I have, I begin to understand why he wished to be represented.
All right. We'll start again. Now you tell me what you want to know.
Mr. Harrison wishes to be discharged from hospital. If you kindly make the necessary arrangements.
No,
Well, I ask why not.
because Mr. Harrison is incapable of living outside the hospital, and it is my duty as a doctor to preserve life.
I take it that Mr. Harrison is a voluntary patient here,
Of course.
but I fail to see the legal basis for your refusal.
Can't you understand that Mr. Harrison is suffering from depression? He is not capable of making a rational decision about his life and death.
Do you maintain that Mr. Harrison is mentally unbalanced?
Yes.
Would you mind if I brought in a psychiatrist for a second opinion?
Oh, of course not. But why don't you ask the consultant psychiatrist here? I'm sure she'd be able to convince you.
Has she examined Mr. Harrison?
No, not yet, but that can be quickly arranged.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Dr. Emerson. But I'm sure he'll understand if I bring in my own, whose opinion I'm not sure of before she examines the patient.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hill.
Good afternoon.
Could you find me Dr. Travers, please? Tell her I want to see her urgently. No, and put me through to the hospital secretary. Well, put me through when he's finished.
Oh, so how was it on Olympus?
Cloudy.
No joy then?
Dr. Emerson does not wish to discharge you.
Oh, surprise, surprise! So what do we do now?
Mr. Harrison, I'll be perfectly plain. Dr. Emerson claims that you are not in a sufficiently healthy state to make a rational decision, particularly one of this seriousness and finality. My position is, I'm not competent to decide whether or not he's right.
Well, so how will you decide?
I should like to have you examined by an independent psychiatrist. Accept his view of the case and advise you accordingly.
Well, fair enough. Will Dr. Emerson agree?
He has already. I have to warn you that Dr. Emerson is likely to take steps to have you admitted here as a patient needing treatment under the Mental Health Act of 1959. This means that he can keep you here and give you such treatment as he sees fit.
Well, can he do that?
He probably can.
Oh, haven't I any say in this?
Well, he'll need another opinion. And that doctor will need to be convinced that you ought compulsorily to be detained. Even if he agrees, we can appeal.
Well, let's get on with it then.
One thing at a time. You remember, our own psychiatrist.
Wheel him in.
I'll be in touch.
Oh, before you go, yesterday I refused to take a tranquilizer and Dr. Emerson came and gave me an injection. Well, it made me pretty dopey. If I was like that when the psychiatrist came, he'd lock me up for life.
I'll mention it to him. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
Oh, could you find me Dr. Scott, please? Thank you.
You wanted to see me?
Oh, yes. If you could spare a minute.
Well, what's the problem?
Well, it's a nasty one, really. A road accident case, paralyzed from the neck down. Naturally, he's very depressed and he wants to discharge himself. But with a neurogenic bladder and all the rest of it, he wouldn't last a week out of here. I need time to get him used to the idea.
How long ago was the accident?
6 months.
Oh, a long time.
Yes, well, there were other injuries, but we've just about got him physically stabilized. The trouble is, he's got himself a solicitor. And if I'm to keep him here, I'll have to admit him compulsorily under the Mental Health Act. I was wondering if you'd see him.
I'll see him, of course, but my signature won't help you.
Why not? You're the psychiatrist, aren't you?
Yes, but under the Act you need 2 signatures and only one can come from a practitioner of the hospital where the patient's to be kept.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, not to worry. Look, I take it you regard this as an emergency.
Yes, of course I do.
Oh, well, sign the application and then you've got 3 days to get another signature.
There'll be no trouble about that, surely.
It depends whether he's clinically depressed or not.
Of course he's depressed. He's suicidal. He's determined to kill himself.
Oh, I could name you several psychiatrists who wouldn't take that as evidence of insanity.
Well, I could name you several psychiatrists who are evidence of insanity. Look, I've had a lot of experience in this kind of case, and I'm sure, absolutely sure, I can win him round. Given time, a few months.
I understand, Michael.
Then you look at him, will you, and get someone in?
Yes, I'll do that.
Do me a favour, will you? Try to find an old codger like me. Someone who believes in something better than suicide.
There's a chap at Evertree, a very staunch Catholic, I believe. Would that suit you?
Jesus, that sounds just the man.
I'll see his notes and drop him off.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. I'm very grateful. And Harrison will be too.
Oh, sorry. It's all right. I'm just dropping. I'll see him in, Michael, this afternoon. You wanted me?
Oh, yes. Mr. Harrison's decided to discharge himself.
Oh, no, but I'm not surprised.
So Dr. Travers is seeing him now.
Dr. Travers won't make him change his mind.
I'm committing him under Section 26.
Oh. Will Dr. Travers sign it?
Well, evidently if I do, she can't. But she knows some chap in Evertree who probably will.
I see.
I've got no choice, do you see, Claire? He's got himself a solicitor. That's the only way that I can keep him here.
Are you sure you should?
Of course,
Yes.
no question.
It's his life.
but my responsibility.
Well, only if he's incapable of making his own decision.
But he isn't capable. I refuse to believe that a man with a mind as quick as his, with his enormous mental resources, would calmly choose death.
That he has just done that.
And therefore, I say he is unbalanced.
Surely a wish to die is not necessarily a symptom of insanity. A man might want to die for perfectly sane reasons.
No, Claire. A doctor cannot accept a choice for death. He is committed to life. But when a patient is brought into my clinic, I don't stand about wondering whether or not I should save his life. I get in there and do whatever I can. I haven't the time for doubts. I am a doctor, not a judge.
I hope, sir, that you'll forgive me for saying this. But I think that is just how you are behaving, as a judge.
You must, of course, say what you think. But I am the responsible person here.
I know that, sir.
I think there is no need for me to say this, but I would rather there were no misunderstandings later. Mr. Harrison's position is now physically stabilized. There is no reason why he should die. But if he should die suddenly, I would consider it necessary to order a post-mortem and to act on whatever was found.
Mr. Harrison is your patient, sir.
Of course. Of course. But you make that sound like a fate worse than death.
Perhaps for him it is.
Mr. Harrison?
That's right.
Dr. Travers?
Oh, are you a psychiatrist?
Yes.
For or against me, or does that sound like paranoia?
You'd hardly expect me to make an instant diagnosis.
Did Dr. Emerson send you?
I work here, at the hospital.
Oh, I see.
Would you describe yourself as suffering from paranoia?
No.
What would you say paranoia was?
Well, difficult. Depends on the person. Well, a man whose feelings of security are tied to his own sense of what is right and can brook no denial. If he was, say, a sculptor, we would describe his mental condition as paranoia. If, on the other hand, he or she were a doctor, we would describe it as professionalism.
You don't like doctors?
Well, do you like patients?
Some.
I like some doctors.
Well, what's wrong with doctors then?
Speaking generally, I suppose as a profession, you've not learnt the level of awareness of the population has risen dramatically. That black magic is no longer much in use, and that people can and want to understand what's wrong with them. And many of them make decisions about their own lives.
But what they need is information.
Oh, of course. But doctors dole out information like a kosher butcher gives out pork sausages.
That's fair. But would you agree that patients need medical knowledge to make good decisions?
Yes, I would. Well, look at me, for example. I'm a sculptor, an airy-fairy artist with no real hard knowledge and no capability to understand anything about my body. You're a doctor, but I think I would hold my own with a competition in anatomy with you.
Oh, it's a long time since I did any anatomy.
Oh, of course. Whereas I was teaching it up to 6 months ago. It wouldn't be fair.
Your knowledge of anatomy may be excellent, but what's your neurology like? Your dermatology, endocrinology, urology, and so on?
Lousy. And insofar as these bear on my case, I should be grateful for information so that I can make a proper decision. But it would be my decision. Well, if you came to my studio and you look at all my work and you wanted to buy something, and you say, I want the bronze, and I say to you, look, you don't know anything about sculpture. The proportion of that is all wrong, the texture is boring, and it should have been made in wood anyway. You were having the marble. You'd think I was nuts. If you were sensible, you'd ask for my professional opinion. But if you were a mature adult, you'd reserve the right to choose for yourself.
But we're not talking about a piece of sculpture to decorate a room, but about your life.
That's right, Doctor. My life.
But your obvious intelligence weakens your case. Well, I'm not saying you'd find life easy, but you do have resources that an unintelligent person doesn't have.
Oh, that sounds like catch-22. You're sane and clever enough to put up an invincible case for suicide. It demonstrates you ought not to die. That's a disturbing tidiness compulsion you've got there.
I was an only child. Have you any relationships outside the hospital then? You're not married, I see.
No, thank God.
A girlfriend?
A fiancée, actually. I told her not to visit me anymore, about a fortnight ago.
She must have been upset.
Well, better that than a lifetime sacrifice.
She wanted to stay with you then.
Oh, yes. She had it all worked out. But she's a young, healthy woman. She wants babies. Real ones. Not ones that never will learn to walk.
That's what she really wants.
Oh, come off it, Doctor. If that's what she really wants, there's plenty of other cripples who want help. I told her to go to release her. I hoped from the guilt that she would feel if she did what she really wanted to.
Oh, that's very generous.
Oh, balls. Really, Doctor, I did it for me. It would destroy my self-respect if I became the object with which people could exploit their masochist tendencies.
That's putting it very strongly.
Oh, yes, too strong. But you were beginning to sound like the chaplain. He was in here the other day. He seemed to think I should be quite happy to be God's chosen vessel into which people could pour their compassion. That it was all right being a cripple because it made other folk feel good when they helped me.
What about your parents?
Working class folk. They live in Scotland. I thought it would break my mother. Always thought as my father was a very tough egg. But it was the other way around. My father can only think with his hands. He used to stand around here, completely at a loss. My mother would just sit there, just understanding. She knows what suffering's about. They were here a week ago. I got rid of my father for a while and told my mother what I was going to do. And she just looked at me. There were tears in her eyes. And she said, "Aye, lad, it's thy life. Don't worry about your dad. I'll get him over it." And she stood up and I said, "Well, what about you?" "What about me?" she said. "You think life's so precious to me, I'm frightened of dying?" I'd like to think I was my mother's son.
Yes, well, we shall have to see.
What of that? You mean you haven't made up your mind?
I shall have to do some tests.
Oh, what tests, for Christ's sakes? I can tell you now, the time over 100 metres is lousy.
You seem very angry.
Oh, of course I'm angry. Yes, I am angry. But I'm trying to hold it in because you'll just write me off as in a manic phase of a manic depressive cycle.
Oh, you are very free with psychiatric jargon.
Oh, well then. You'll be able to say I'm an obsessive hypochondriac.
I certainly wouldn't do that, Mr. Harrison.
Can't you see what a trap I'm in? Can anyone prove they're sane? Could you?
I shall come and see you again.
No! Don't come and see me again. Because every time you come, I get more and more angry and more upset and depressed. And eventually you will destroy my mind.
I'm sorry if I've upset you, Mr. Harrison.
I hate the idea. It's against all my training and instincts.
Mine too. But in this case, we're not talking about euthanasia here, are we?
Something very close.
No, something very far away. Suicide.
Thank you for a lovely meal.
Not at all. I'm glad you accepted. Tell me, what would you think, or rather feel, if there was a miracle, and Ken Harrison was granted the use of his arms for just 1 minute, and he used them to reach out and grab a bottle of sleeping tablets and swallow the lot?
It's irrational, but I'd be very relieved.
It wouldn't go against your instincts. You wouldn't feel as though it was a wasted life and want to fight with stomach pumps and all that.
No, not if it was my decision.
You might even be sure there was a bottle of tablets handy and you're not there.
You make it harder and harder, but yes, I might do that.
Yes, maybe we ought to make suicide respectable again. Whenever anyone kills himself, there's a whole legal rigmarole to go through. Investigations, inquests and so on. And it's all designed to find someone or something to blame. If you ever recall a coroner saying something like, "We have heard all the evidence of how John Smith was literally facing insuperable odds, and he made a courageous decision. I record the verdict of honourable death."
No. It's been a very pleasant evening.
Thank you. For me too.
I don't know that I've helped you, though.
We have. I've made up my mind.
You help him?
Yes, I hope you're not sorry.
I'm pleased.
I'm sure it's morally wrong for anyone to hand the responsibility of their death to anyone else. And it's wrong to accept that responsibility, but Ken isn't trying to do that.
I'm glad you've made up your mind. Good night.
I hope I see you again.
I'm on the phone. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, you're still on duty?
We're very short-staffed.
Oh.
Oh, it looks good tonight. Minced beef.
Oh, excellent. And what wine shall we order then? How about a 48 claret? Yes, I think so. Send for the wine waiter.
You're a fool, Mr. Harrison.
Oh, is there any reason why I shouldn't have wine?
I don't know. I'll ask Sister if you like.
After all, the hospital seems determined to depress my consciousness, but they probably think it's immoral if I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit salty.
Do you want some water?
Oh, that would be good. Very nice. Not too full of body. Shadow Ogston Reservoir, I think, with just a cheeky little hint of Jay's fluid from the sterilizer.
We'll use Milton.
Oh, you better add to my notes. The final catastrophe. Mr. Harrison's palate is failing. Rush up the emergency taste resuscitation unit. Nurse, give me an orange. No response. Quick, the lemon. Guard, another flicker. Quick, nurse, we're on the tightrope. Nurse, there's no time to lose. Pass the ultimate. Pass the hospital mints. That would bring people back from the dead. Oh, don't tell Emerson that, or he'll try it. No, I don't want any more of that.
All right, then.
Thank you.
Not hungry tonight?
No, not really.
Oh, well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Kate.
Bye, Mr. Harrison.
Bye. Sister?
No, it's me. You're still awake.
Yes.
It's late.
Well, what time is it?
11:30.
Oh, the night sister said I could have the light on for half an hour. I couldn't sleep. I had to think.
Yes.
Well, you look lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Have you been out?
For a meal.
Nice, good company.
You're fishing.
That's right.
Yes, it was good company.
A colleague?
No. Actually, it was your solicitor, Philip Hill.
Well, 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 the randy old devil. He didn't take long to get cracking, did he?
It was just a dinner.
Oh, I know I engaged him to act for me, but I didn't think he'd see his duties so comprehensively.
It was just a dinner.
Oh, I hope my surrogate self behaved myself.
You were a perfect gentleman.
Then perhaps I better engage in another surrogate.
Do you mind, really?
No. Oh, unless you've convinced him that Emerson was right.
I didn't try.
Thank you.
I think you're enjoying all this.
I suppose I am enjoying it in a way. Well, for the first time in 6 months, I feel like a human being again.
Yes. Well, isn't that the point, Ken, that
You called me Ken.
Do you mind?
Well, not at all. I'll just chalk it up as another credit for today.
I was saying, isn't that the whole point? Isn't that what this fight is showing you? that you are a human being again. You don't have to fight to the death. I don't think you want to win.
Well, that's what I have to think about.
And have you changed your mind?
No. I know I'm enjoying the fight, and I have to be sure I wanted to win. Well, really get what I'm fighting for, and not just doing it to convince myself I'm still alive.
Are you sure?
Yes, quite sure. Well, for me, life is over. I want it recognised because I can't do the things I want to do. Well, that means I can't say the things I want to say. It had better end. You do understand, don't you?
Oh, I didn't know you were here, Doctor. Oh, yes, I'm just going.
See what I mean, Doctor? Here's my substitute mum with her porcelain pat. This isn't for me.
No.
So, tomorrow on with the fight.
Well, good night. And good luck.
Thank you.
So our psychiatrist has prepared the statement Harrison is saying.
Yes, she was sure. I'll have a written report tomorrow. She said she could understand the hospital fighting to save the patient from himself. But no matter how much she sympathised with them and how much she tried to get Harrison to change his mind, nevertheless he was sane and he knew exactly what he was doing and why he was doing it.
And you say the hospital are holding him under section 26?
Yes, they rang me this morning. They got another chap in from Ellery to sign it as well as Harrison.
That makes it very tricky, of course. You see, there's no precedent for anything like this. Fascinating.
Yes.
And you're certain in your mind he knows what he's doing?
Oh, yes.
Well, I suppose we'd better see him then.
Well, here's the sister's office.
She your standard Gorgon?
Well, only on the outside. Under that iron surface there beats a heart of stainless steel. Good morning, sister.
Good morning, Mr. Hill.
This is a colleague, Mr. Kershaw.
Good morning.
Is it all right if we see Mr. Harrison?
Have you asked Dr. Emerson?
Yes, before we came. You can check with him.
Well, that won't be necessary. However, I must insist that I be allowed to remain with you whilst you interview him.
Oh, why?
We're very worried about Mr. Harrison's mental condition, as you know. Twice recently, he's become excited and his breathing function hasn't been able to cope. Dr. Emerson has ordered that at any time he's placed under stress, one of us is to remain with him as an extra precaution.
I see. Very well.
This way, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mr. Harrison.
Morning.
This is Mr. Kershaw. He's a barrister who'll be advising us.
Good morning, Mr. Harrison.
Your doctor insisted that sister remain with us to see that you don't get too excited.
Oh, sister, you know very well your very presence always excites me tremendously. It must be the black stockings and white apron. Perfect mixture of mother and mistress. Sister, what are you doing there?
Well,
Just a moment, Mr. Hill.
So, Mr. Kershaw, what is your advice?
Mr. Harrison, if you succeed in your aims, you'll be dead within a week.
I know.
I'm told that without a catheter, the toxic substances will build up in your bloodstream to the point where you'll be poisoned to death by your own blood.
You should have brought along a tape recorder. That speech would have been much more dramatic with sound effects.
I'm sorry, Mr. Harrison. I had to be certain you knew what you were doing.
I know.
And you've got no doubt, not the slightest reservation.
None at all.
Well, let's look at the possibilities then. At the present time, the hospital are holding you under section 26, which means they can keep you here and administer any medication they think is necessary. Under the law, of course, we can appeal to a tribunal.
Well, how long will that take?
Up to a year.
Oh, God, can't it be quicker than that?
Well, it could be quicker, but it might take a year.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I really would be crazy in a year.
Sorry, that's the procedure.
Oh, I couldn't stay here for another year, I couldn't.
we could try habeas corpus.
Depending if we could find someone.
Well, habeas corpus, what's that? I thought it had something to do with criminals.
Well, basically it has, Mr. Harrison. You see, it's against the law to deprive anyone of their liberty without proper cause. If a person is so deprived, they or a friend may apply to the court for a writ of habeas corpus, which is, well, actually, it's Latin for you may have the body.
Particularly apt in my case.
You see, the people doing the detaining have to produce the person before the judge, And if they can't give a good enough reason for keeping him, the judge will order that he be released.
Oh, it sounds as if it'll be as long as that tribunal you were talking about.
Well, actually, no. You see, habeas corpus is one of the few legal processes that moves particularly quickly. We can approach any judge at any time, even when the courts aren't sitting, and he'll see that it's heard straight away. Usually in a day or so.
That's if we can find a judge to hear it.
Well, why wouldn't a judge hear it?
Well, you see, habeas corpus itself is fairly rare. This would be even rarer.
Will I have to go to court?
Oh, no, I doubt it. The hearings can be in court or in private, in the judge's chambers, as we say. Look, I really think the best thing for us to do at the moment would be for Mr. Hill and myself to find a judge and issue the writ. Then I'll get together with the hospital's barrister. We can approach the judge together and see about holding any subsequent hearing here.
What, in this room?
I expect the judge will agree. If he were to order you produced in court and anything should happen, it would be a somewhat classical case of prejudging the issue.
I wouldn't mind.
I think the judge would feel rather foolish though, don't you? Look, I expect it would be in a day or so, Mr. Harrison.
Well, it'll be an unusual case for you, making a plea for the defendant's death.
Well, I'll be honest, it's a case I could bear to lose.
If you do, it's a life sentence for me.
Yes, well, we shall see. Good day.
Well, thank you very much, sister. I'm sorry about all this. I know it must be upsetting for you.
Not at all, Mr. Hill. And since I have a heart of stainless steel, it's not very difficult to keep it sterilized of emotion.
Bouncing, bouncing, draw, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing.
John?
Oh, what's the matter?
Oh, nothing, of course. Sorry.
Hello, what have we here? Don't tell me that Cupid has donned his antiseptic gown and is flying the corridors of the hospital, shooting his hypodermic syringes into maidens' hearts.
No.
John?
Honestly, Your Honour, I'm not guilty. I was just walking down the corridor when I was struck dumb by the beauty of this nurse.
Don't be an idiot, John. We need an extra chair. Can you go and find one, please?
Oh, your wishes, eh, Queen? Am I? Come on.
He isn't. Been bloody good to me. Have you been out with him? Not that it's any of my business, of course.
Well, we went to a club of his last night. He plays in a band, you know.
Yes, I know.
They're really good. They should go a long way. Oh, still, I shouldn't be going on like this.
Why? Because I'm paralyzed? Because I can't go dancing?
Oh, I didn't...
The other day I was low and I said to Johnny who was shaving me, what could I do? I was useless. I served no purpose at all and all the rest of the whining miseries. So John set about finding things I could do. He said first, because I could move my head from side to side, I could be a tennis umpire. then as my head was going, I could knock a pendulum from side to side and keep a clock going. And then he said I could be a childminder, as kids were always doing what they shouldn't. I could be perpetually shaking my head. I went on and getting more and more fantastic like radar scanners. I laughed so much the sister had to rush in and give me oxygen.
He is funny.
He's more than that. He's free.
Free?
Free of guilt. Well, most everybody around here feels guilt about me, including you. That's why you didn't want to tell me what a fantastic time you had dancing. So everybody makes me feel worse because I make them feel guilty. No, but not John. Oh, he's sorry for me, but he bloody well knows it isn't his fault. He's a tonic.
John, did Sister say you could have that chair?
She wasn't there.
She'll kill you. No one ever sits in her chair.
Well, why is it contaminated or something? I just thought if the poor old judge has to sit here listening to this miserable bugger moan about wanting to die, the least we can do is make him comfortable.
See what I mean?
Now, this is a very serious case. The two charges are proved. Firstly, that this hospital's been found guilty of using drugs to make people happy. Well, that's terrible. And next, and most surprising of all, this hospital, in spite of all their efforts to the contrary, are keeping people alive. We can't have that.
Sister's coming.
Huh?
you have some very important visitors today, sister.
Indeed we have, Mr. Harrison.
Will you be here?
No.
I feel like a bit of a traitor.
We'll do what we have to do.
That's right, sister, but not all of us do it as well as you.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Good morning, sister. Good morning, Dr. Scott.
I've upset, I'm afraid.
Oh, you shouldn't do that. She's a marvellous sister. You should see some of the others we've got.
Well, that's what I told her.
Oh, I see. Well, I should have thought that's just about the long way past over the fences. How are you this morning?
Fine.
And you're going ahead with it?
Of course.
Of course.
I haven't had any tablets yesterday or today.
No.
Thank you.
We can thank the judge for that. He ordered it.
I see.
It wasn't us at all.
Good morning, Mr. Harrison.
Morning, Doctor.
There's still time.
No, I'm going ahead with it. Unless you'll discharge me.
I'm afraid I can't do that. But the judge and lawyers are conferring. I thought I'd pop along and see if you were all right. We've made arrangements for the witnesses to wait in the sister's room. I'm one of them, so I'd be grateful if you'd remain here with Mr. Harrison.
Of course.
Well, I don't want to meet the judge before I have to. So I wish you all the best, Mr. Harrison, so that we may go on treating you.
Thank you for your good wishes.
You know, if I didn't know you, I'd say he was the most obstinate man I've ever met.
Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, Dr. Emerson.
Yes?
I don't know. I just want to say how sorry I am that you've been forced into such a distasteful situation.
It's not over yet, Mr. Hill. I refuse to believe that the law is such an ass that it will force me to watch a patient of mine die unnecessarily.
And we are just as confident that the law is not such an act that it will allow anyone arbitrary power.
My power isn't arbitrary. It's been earned with knowledge and skill. It is also subject to the laws of nature.
And to the laws of the state.
If the state is so foolish as to believe it is competent to judge on a purely professional issue.
It's always doing that. Half the civil cases on the calendar arise because someone is challenging a professional's opinion.
I don't know about other professions, Mr. Hill, but I do know about this one. Medicine is being seriously threatened because of intervention of the law. Patients are becoming so litigious that doctors will soon be afraid to offer an opinion, let alone take any action at all.
And now we'll be sued for negligence.
We can't win.
Everybody wins. You wouldn't like to find yourself pals in the hands of a lawyer. I wouldn't like to find myself pals in the hands of a doctor.
You make me sound like some sort of Dracula.
Well, not at all. I, for one, don't doubt your good faith. I just wouldn't like to place anyone above the law.
I don't wish to be above the law. I simply want to be under laws that take full account of professional opinion.
I'm sure it will do that, Dr. Emerson. The question is, whose professional opinion?
We shall see.
Good morning, Mr. Harrison.
Morning.
This is Mr. Eden, who will be representing the hospital.
Mr. Justice Millhouse.
Mr. Kenneth Harrison,
Yes, my lord.
this is to be an informal hearing that I want to keep as brief as possible. You are, I take it, Dr. Scott.
Yes, my lord.
Doctor, I would be grateful if you would interrupt the proceedings at any time you think it necessary.
Yes, my lord.
I have, in consultation with Mr. Kershaw and Mr. Hill, decided to proceed thus. I shall hear a statement from Dr. Michael Emerson as to why he believes Mr. Harrison is being legally detained, and then a statement from Dr. Rachel Barr, who will support the application. We have decided not to subject Mr. Harrison to examination.
Oh, but I don't mind,
Just
please,
a moment, Mr. Harrison. If, as appears likely, there remains genuine doubt as to the main issue, then I shall question Mr. Harrison myself. Dr. Scott, I wonder, would you ask Dr. Emerson to come in, please?
Yes, my lord. Would you come in now, sir?
Dr. Emerson, would you take the oath, please?
I swear the evidence that I give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Would you stand over there, please? Mr. Eden?
You are Dr. Michael Emerson.
I am.
And what is your position here?
I am a consultant physician and head of the intensive care unit.
Dr. Emerson, would you please give us a brief account of your treatment of this patient?
Mr. Harrison was admitted here on the afternoon of October the 9th as an emergency following a road accident. He was suffering from a fractured left tibia and right tibia and fibula, a fractured pelvis, 4 fractured ribs, one of which had punctured the lung, and a dislocated 4th vertebrae which had ruptured the spinal cord. He was extensively bruised and had minor lacerations. He was deeply unconscious and remained so for 30 hours. As a result of treatment, all the broken bones and ruptured tissue have healed with the exception of a severed spinal cord. And this, together with a mental trauma, is now all that remains of the initial injury.
Now, precisely, Doctor, let us deal with those last 2 points. Now, the spinal cord, will there be any further improvement in that?
In the present state of medical knowledge, I would think not.
And the mental trauma you spoke of?
It's impossible to injure the body to the extent that Mr. Harrison has and not have some effect on the mind. It is common in these cases that depression and the tendency to make wrong decisions last for months, even years.
And in your view, Mr. Harrison is suffering from such a depression?
Yes.
Thank you, Doctor.
Mr. Kershaw?
Dr. Emerson, this mental trauma that you speak of, is there any objective way in which you could demonstrate that to the court? Are there, for example, the results of any tests or any measurements you could take to show to us?
No?
Well, then could you explain to the court how you differentiate between a medical syndrome and perhaps a sane, perfectly justifiable depression?
By my 30 years as a physician, dealing with both types.
No further questions, my lord?
Mr. Reed, do you wish to re-examine?
No, my lord.
Thank you, Dr. Emerson. Would you ask Dr. Barr if she would step in, please?
It's you now, Dr. Barr.
Dr. Barr,
Dr. Barr, would you take the oath, please?
I swear the evidence that I give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Would you stand over there, please? Mr. Kershaw?
You are Dr. Rachel Barr.
I am.
And would you tell the court what position you hold, please?
I'm consultant psychiatrist at Norwood Park Hospital.
That's primarily a mental hospital, is it not?
It is.
And you must see many cases of depressive illness.
I do, yes.
Have you examined Mr. Harrison?
I have, yes.
And would you say that he's suffering from such an illness?
No, I would not.
Are you quite sure, Doctor?
Yes, I am.
The court has heard evidence that Mr. Harrison is depressed. Would you disagree with that?
No, but depression is not necessarily an illness. I would say Mr. Harrison's depression is reactive rather than endogenous. That is to say, he's reacting in a perfectly rational way to a very bad situation.
Thank you very much, Dr. Barr.
Mr. Eden?
Dr. Barr, are there any objective results that you could produce to prove that Mr. Harrison is capable?
Well, there are clinical symptoms of endogenous depression, of course. Disturbed sleep patterns, loss of appetite, lassitude. But even if they were there, they would be masked by the physical condition.
So, how can you be sure that this is in fact just a reactive depression?
Just by experience, that's all. And by discovering when I talk to him that he has a remarkably incisive mind and is perfectly capable of understanding his position and deciding what to do about it.
One last thing, Doctor. do you think that Mr. Harrison has made the right decision?
Oh, my lord, is that really relevant?
Not really.
I'd like to answer it, though.
Very well.
No, I thought he made the wrong decision. Sorry.
No more questions.
Mr. Kershaw, do you wish to re-examine?
No, thank you, my lord.
Thank you, Dr. Farr. Do you feel like answering some questions?
Of course.
Thank you.
You were too kind.
Not at all.
I'm in it. I'd prefer it, though, if you're a hanging judge.
There aren't any anymore.
Our society is much more sensitive and humane.
You could put it that way.
I'll settle for that.
I'd like you to take the oath. Dr. Scott, his right hand, please.
I swear the evidence that I give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
The consultant physician here has given evidence that you're not capable of making a rational decision.
He's wrong.
Why do you think he came to that opinion?
Well, he's a good doctor and won't let a patient die if he can help it.
He found that you were suffering from acute depression.
Oh, is that surprising? I'm almost totally paralyzed. I'd be insane if I weren't depressed.
But there is a difference in being unhappy and being depressed in the medical sense.
Well, I would have thought my psychiatrist answered that point.
But surely wishing to die must be strong evidence that the depression has passed from mere unhappiness into a medical realm.
I don't wish to die.
Then what is this case all about?
Nor do I wish to live at any price. Of course I want to live, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm dead already. I merely require the doctors to recognize the fact.
Well, certainly you're alive legally.
I think I could challenge even that.
How?
Well, any reasonable definition of life must include its being self-supporting. And I seem to remember something in the papers when all this heart transplant controversy was on. It was all right taking someone's heart if they required constant attention from respirators and so on to keep them alive.
There also has to be absolutely no brain activity at all, and yours is certainly working.
It is, and sanely.
Well, that is a question to be decided.
My lord, I am not asking anyone to kill me. I'm only asking to be discharged from this hospital.
But it comes to the same thing.
Well, then that proves my point. Not just the fact that I'll spend the rest of my life here, but that whilst I'm here, everything is geared just to keeping my brain active, with no real possibility of it ever being able to direct anything. And as far as I can see, that's a deliberate act of cruelty.
Surely it would be more cruel if society just let people die when it could, with some effort, keep them alive?
No, not more cruel, just as cruel.
Then why should the hospital let you die if it is just as cruel?
The cruelty doesn't reside in saving someone or allowing them to die. It resides in the fact that the choice is removed from the man concerned.
But the man who is very desperately depressed is not capable of making a reasonable choice.
Oh, well, as you said, my lord, that is the question to be decided.
All right, you tell me why it is a reasonable choice that you've chosen to die.
Well, it is a question of dignity. Well, look at me here. I can do nothing, not even the basic primitive functions. I cannot even urinate. I have a permanent catheter attached to me. Every few days my bowels are washed out. Every few hours 2 nurses have to turn me over. I would rot away from bed sores. Only my brain functions unimpaired, but even that is futile because I can't act on any conclusions it comes to. Well, this hearing proves that. Will you please listen?
I am listening.
I choose to acknowledge the fact that I'm in fact dead. And I find the hospital's persistent effort to maintain this shadow of life an indignity, and it's inhumane.
But wouldn't you agree there are many people with appalling physical handicaps who have overcome them and lived essentially creative, dignified lives?
Yes, I would. But the dignity starts with their choice. If I choose to live, it would be appalling if society killed me. If I choose to die, it would be equally appalling if society keeps me alive.
I cannot accept that it is undignified for society to devote resources to keeping someone alive. Surely it enhances that society.
It is not undignified if the man wants to stay alive. But I must restate that the dignity starts with his choice. Without it, it's degrading because technology has taken over from the human will. My lord, if I cannot be a man, I do not wish to be a medical achievement. I'm fine. I am fine.
It's all right. I have no more questions. This is a most unusual case, and before I make a judgment, I want to state that I believe all the parties have acted in good faith. I propose to consider this for a moment. The law on this is fairly clear. A deliberate decision to embark on a course of action that would lead inevitably to death is not ipso facto evidence of insanity. Indeed, if it were, society would have to reward many men with a dishonourable burial rather than a posthumous medal for gallantry. On the other hand, we do have to bear in mind that Mr. Harrison has suffered massive physical injuries, and it is possible that his mind is affected. Any judge in his career will have met men who are without doubt insane in the meaning of the act, and yet appear in the witness box to be most rational. We must in this case be most careful not to allow Mr. Harrison's obvious wit and intelligence to blind us to the fact that he may be suffering from a depressive illness. And so we are faced with the disturbing fact of divided evidence. And bear in mind, however much we may sympathise with Mr. Harrison in his cogently argued case to be allowed to die, the law instructs us to ignore it if it is the product of a disturbed or clinically depressed mind. However, I am satisfied that Mr. Harrison is a brave and a cool man who is in full control of his mental faculties, and I shall therefore make an order for him to be set free. Well, you got your hanging, Judge.
I think not, my lord. Thank you.
Gentlemen. Goodbye.
Bye.
Dr. Emerson. My lord, I'm afraid you'll have to release your patient.
I see.
I'm sorry, I understand how you must feel.
Thank you.
If ever I have to have a motor accident, I hope it's in this town and I end up here.
Thank you again.
Goodbye.
Where will you go?
Get a room somewhere.
There's no need.
Don't let's start all this, please.
No, we'll stop treatment, remove the drips, stop feeding you if you'd like. You'll be unconscious in 3 days, dead in 6 at the most.
Be no last-minute resuscitation.
Only with your specific request.
Very kind. Why are you doing it?
Simple. You might change your mind.
Thanks. I won't change my mind, but I would like to stay. Dad. You were right, you know. He really is an obstinate man.